At center, Brooke Lopez. At shooting guard, Norman Powell. At the other guard position, Paul George. At the other forward position, Kawhi Leonard. The head coach of the visiting team is Tyronn Lue. Let's hear it for the starting five of your Memphis Grizzlies. At court, 6'7", number 24, Dylan Brooks. The man in the middle, standing 6'11", number 4, Steven Adams. At 6'11", number 13, Jeff Jackson Jr. At guard, 6'5", number 22, Desmond Bain. At guard, 6'3", number 12, John Moran.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but...
Thank you, Kevin.
They do. Great philosophy and attitude. Thanks, DA. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Thursday, they continue the road trip heading out to Dallas to take on the Mavericks.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
And the Clippers starting five. Leonard and Morris are up in the forward positions. Paul George is out there with Norman Powell, and it's Lopez in at the center filling out the middle. And for the Grizzlies, Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Then it's Brooks. Then there's John Morant. And it's Bain in at shooting guard.
I like that find by Jackson. Young bigs who can see the whole floor. You don't come across them that often.
And over his 4 years at TCU, Desmond Bain shooting 43% from long range. And Steve, he has not slowed down in the NBA.
The Grizzlies, can you believe, took him with the final pick of the first round in 2020. That's great value, getting a floor spacer with size that late. Great vision on that pass. Kawhi moving it to the open teammate.
With COVID shortening the season and the schedule being tinkered with, Steve, do you think the NBA will make permanent changes to the season schedule?
No, I don't think so. I think the length of games will go back to normal. I do think they might have a mid-season tournament. There's been talk of that, but so far, I think the games will reduce just because of COVID. It should go back to normal.
Here's Morant. Misses the layup.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Powell, that's good.
Norman Powell has become lethal from deep. Fantastic shot.
Bain passes to Brooks. Now Adams. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And the dunk by Jackson.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
It's Morant with the drive. And he makes good on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's George. Kicks it out to Leonard. And another three for the Clippers.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
A player who's aware of everything around him. Brooks sees the man break open and hits him.
Leonard on the wing. He dishes it to Lopez. Stolen by Brooks. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Morant with the ball. Lopez with the block.
And we have seen Lopez really improve his shot blocking. Adept at using that length to alter shots.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you've got to love that energy. And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Passes it to Leonard. Down low. Trying to get open is Lopez. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Tillman, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Brandon Clark comes in for Jackson. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Brooks. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Hartenstein's checked in for Lopez. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Jackson in for Kawhi Leonard. Outside, Jones. Driving to the basket. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
You know, I love what the coaches did tonight. They pushed the right buttons time and time again.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Hartenstein, and the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at him.
The Clippers shooting their second and third free throws tonight. D'Anthony Melton, he's checked in for Memphis. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Man's checked in.
And if you're wondering if Ja Morant lacks for confidence, well, look no further than his point guard moniker. This kid is fearless, and he's hungry, and he plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
Batum passes to Man. Kennard for 3. Drills it from outside. Kennard's got 5 now.
When Kennard is that set up, he almost can't miss. Such a skilled shooter.
Outside, Jones. Lobbed up there for Clark. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. 1:11 left in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Bain inside the three-point line. Batum grabs the miss. And Craig, you talk about the fearlessness for Morant, reminiscent of Allen Iverson, the way he throws his body all around.
I mean, get knocked down, get right back up. At the same time, at 6'3", he can add strength to that frame. I know that's the goal of his as he looks to absorb contact and dish out a little of his own. Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Inside, here's Hartenstein. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
30 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
And you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
Kennard for 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And how about the football? Check out those moves in the post, and then the sweet finish to go along with it.
Excellent work around the basket. You're right, G.A. Kennard on the wing. Pass to man. There's Jackson with the three. Doesn't go that time. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Clippers lead by 3. Live from the FedEx. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
They didn't need any time to warm up from long range today. Their three-point shooting has been terrific in the first half.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. T.J. McConnell is out there with DeAnthony Melton. Then it's Brandon Clark. And it's Tillman in at center. Here's Bain. Back to Melton. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Clark got a piece of it. The pass to man. To the paint. Outside for Jackson. Launches a 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
What was beautiful, it was a tremendous game plan coming in. You saw the execution and you saw the results.
No good from Clark.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Batum, good.
The playmaking of Reggie, a work in progress, but looking good right there.
And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game. And Luke Kennard signing a 4-year deal at the end of 2020. Steve, this team feels he can be a big part of their future.
Yeah, a lot of people were surprised at the size of the contract, Kevin. But it shows how much the three-pointer is valued in the NBA. The Clippers saw he provides a much-needed aspect.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Tillman. Jaren Jackson comes in for Brandon Clark. Brooks checked in for Bain. And it's John Morant in for DeAnthony Melton. Clippers leading by 3. Lopez kicks to George. Back to Lopez. And here's Leonard from 3. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. The drive by Brooks. Takes it up with both hands and grips it down.
The way Brooks gets by people, he varies the pace of his dribble to keep you guessing.
Outside Leonard to the middle. Here's Lopez. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Morant. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
That was the key message going in. Be efficient. Everyone was on the same page, and you got a chance to see the results.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. To the inside. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist by George. Lopez has got 4 points in the quarter.
We know about George's ability as a scorer, but he's also unselfish and a skilled playmaker.
Here's Morant in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Talented, driven, he puts constant pressure on your defense.
Back to George. Takes a 3. Nailed from three-point land. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Morant. And then Morant ramps it in.
As creative as they come, John Morant has a style that's specifically his.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. He's got 6. And you look at the 2021 draft class, just some unbelievable talent at the top.
I mean, Cade Cunningham, for me, probably is the consensus best player, but man, you got guys like Suggs and Green and Kuminga with that rare athleticism. And how about Mobley? He really defines what a modern-day big is supposed to be. I mean, what more could you want?
Back to Leonard. Stolen by Jackson. McConnell passes to Brooks. Morant outside. Pass to Brooks. Memphis moving it around. 6 to shoot. Adams taking his time here. And it's Morant missing. Los Angeles leading by 4. George dishes to Lopez. A 3 from Leonard. No good on that one. And Memphis the other way now. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. And that one's good. Morant.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
The Clippers have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Trying to get open is Lopez. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 5 points so far.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And Leonard gets it to go.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Adams against Lopez. Back to Morant. Shoots over Powell. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touches it last. Both teams will make substitutions. There's 10 seconds left in the first half of the game. Just 2 to shoot. Brooks. The Grizzlies with another miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Los Angeles on top, leading by 4. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their biggest lead in the first.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
He's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Yeah, in the first half, he took on the role of playmaker. I think it surprised the defense a little bit. Gave this offense a different dimension.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Leonard and Morris are up in the forward position. Norman Powell is out there with Paul George. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low.
And coming out of high school, Ja Morant said he was a no-star recruit. One reason he may have been overlooked was his small-town upbringing, growing up in Dalzell, South Carolina.
Down low. And Adams with the slam.
Shows incredible vision for a younger player. Ja Morant's a skilled distributor.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 3-point lead. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. And even though he played on an AAU team with Zion Williamson, scouts, Greg, were looking right past Ja Morant.
And didn't get a lot of offers at first. After 2 years at Murray State, he joined Steph Curry and Damian Lillard as another star point guard out of a mid-major program. And to this day, he carries that underdog chip on his shoulder.
It's good.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Powell kicks to George. Driving inside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 5 now.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Some changes for Memphis. Tillman, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Clark comes in for Jackson. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Brooks. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Lopez. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Mann subbed in for Paul George. Here's Hartenstein. Batum trying to break loose. And he drops it in from the low post.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Melton passes to Tillman. Melton trying to break free. Great positioning on the putback.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Passes it to Mann. Powell for 3. Tillman grabs the miss. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Here's Bain. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Here's Powell. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
We see this every night from Norman Powell, putting on his hard hat and going to work.
Morant outside. Pass to Bain. Softly drops in the floater. Bain's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
A shot by Batum, no good. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Melton, no good. That would have tied it. To the paint, here's Hartenstein. Lays it up and fakes it in. Hartenstein's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
There's the pass to Bain. Back to Morant. Just 5 on the clock. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Basket good. And it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
All right, look who's coming up to the court. Come on and get back.
Some changes for Memphis. Jaren Jackson's checked in for Tillman. And Tyus Jones subbed in for John Morant. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. Jones finds Melton. Here's Jackson. 1:31 left to play here in the third. Clippers leading by 7. And after suffering that knee injury in the bubble back in 2020, Jackson worked his way back steep.
That's always one of the toughest parts of the game, dealing with serious injury when you're young. They're hoping he can remain healthy because he's a foundational piece moving forward.
Clark kicks to Melton. Step back shot, and too long on the shot. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Here's Hartenstein. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
LA has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17.
Just strong work defensively there in the low post. You got to be tough down in the paint.
He did a nice job of keeping him off the block, didn't let him get deep post position.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Brandon Clark. Dylan Brooks comes in for Bane. And it's T.J. McConnell in for DeAnthony Melton. The Grizzlies have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And you know, this team, they're still learning how to use Dylan Brooks. He's a little bit of a tweener in terms of size and athleticism.
And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Driving in. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Good athlete, 37-inch vertical. Brooks aggressive above the rim.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
And here's Kennard. Can't nail the jumper. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Jones is out there with T.J. McConnell. And it's Brooks in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And it's in there. Adams has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Memphis.
Can't teach size and strength. Once Adams gets position, you're not rooting him out of there.
Jackson dishes to George. Inside, Lopez. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 8th assist in the game. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Pass to McConnell. Now here's Adams. Lopez covering. Memphis moving it around. Passes it to Brooks. Connects from 3-point range.
So many teams are loading up on big wings who can shoot it. Dylan Brooks, he fits that bill.
Outside Jackson. Fires from deep. A shot that time, not on target.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
And it's sent back by George.
Not going to beat Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Brooks. And it's George missing.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
Here's Brooks. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. They've led by as many as 11 points. And George kicks to Jackson. And here's Leonard from 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Brooks with it. Shoots from the baseline. That shot, no good.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
To the middle. And Leonard gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Love the finish through contact. Kawhi is even stronger than he looks.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Baines checked in for Memphis. Morant comes in for Jones. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Norman Powell's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Taylor Jenkins just reviewed his plan with his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thank you, David. Sinks the three-pointer.
That's his second three-pointer of the night. One in each half. Trying to keep the defense honest.
Here's Morant. Doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from George. Yes, that goes in.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
George finds Powell. Outside, George. To the inside, Lopez. A shot's good on the assist by George. 11 points for Brook Lopez.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Baseline J on the way.
Come on.
And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. The Grizzlies trail by 6 on the wing. Brooks. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. 11 points for Brooks.
What I like about Dillon is that he takes command when it's needed.
Kicks it to Leonard. For 3, Powell trying to free himself up. And another 3 for the Clippers.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games. Tremendous effort from John Morant, letting his team know they can rely on him.
It's Powell with the drive. And the dunk by Powell.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles Leafs cut down to 5 on the bucket from Jackson.
The young fella, Jaren Jackson, has showed us the ability to step up and make big shots.
Back to Lopez. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
And it's Morant missing. Los Angeles leading by 7. From the baseline. Again, Los Angeles.
Kawhi Leonard will never shy away from carrying the offensive load. He can step up and do that for his team.
Morant passes to Brooks. Adams in the high post. Lopez is there. Morant kicks to Brooks. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
A big shot maker in college. Brooks has proven his value in the biggest moment.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here's George. Yep, that one goes. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 10 assists. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're trailing by 8. 36 seconds left in the game. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
He's really built up that assist total over the course of this game. And it's a great thing to have that kind of passing coming from a position other than the point. That ensures the ball will always be moving and nobody will be left out of the offense.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight.
Not just a floor spacer. Dillon will take the mid-range jumper if you give it to him.
And an intentional foul right there.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. With the teardrop, and Morant will lay it in.
This is why he has the ball. John Morant, he loves to deliver in these moments.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
And that's an intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
You know, every team is looking for guys like Norman Powell, an explosive athlete who is relentless, and he can shoot the ball.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're down by 8. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I just think they have to focus on the moment. Don't worry about the score. Worry about executing the next play.
Melton, no good. Outside, George, beyond the arc. Drops in the tray.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you very much, Kawhi. How do you evaluate your team's progress at this point in the season?
We got to come out and just have the same mindset and energy every night. You know, that's the thing that we're working on, trying to be consistent at, and just knowing the game plan. And, you know, once we get that down and we start making our shots, it's going to be very hard to beat us.
And you're winning games in the meantime, man. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for David Aldridge.